Hey friend, welcome. If we haven't met yet, I'm Jen. I'm a part-time online clothing reseller, which means I go to thrift stores, I buy used clothes, I list them on eBay and Poshmark, and hopefully sell them for a profit. Today is Monday, March 3rd, and I forgot to count, but I think it's like 13 items that sold over the last 4 days. So I have a gross sales amount of $363.18. I'm gonna go ahead and tell you my profit just because I'm gonna forget at the end. My profit for these 4 days are $217.67. That's an average of $54 a day, which is not quite my goal. However, it's better than it has been. So most of these items sold on Poshmark, a couple on Depop, and some on eBay as well, which is good, finally. eBay is moving a little bit for me. So the first item that I have is a hat, and it says Perfect North Slopes. I usually share sell-through rate and average sale price. I'm going to share that, but there wasn't really anything for this. It says Locale right there. I think it's probably just like a Locale Outdoor is the brand. So, I mean, Perfect North Slopes makes me think it's like a ski resort. I'm not sure. I found this at the bins. No, I didn't. No. I found it at my new favorite thrift store. But I found it in 2023. So, over a year ago, I was definitely buying pretty much any hat I saw. And now I'm trying to be a little bit more particular. I don't know. This one only sold for $10. So, and I've had it for a long time. It sold for $10 on eBay. So they paid $16.21 in total with shipping. I paid $1.19 for it at, like I said, my new favorite thrift store, and that makes my profit $7.35. Now, generally, I like to make $15 in profit, but hats, I don't know, they're just easy. So maybe I should be buying more hats than, I don't know, it's so for some reason, it's really hard to comp them in my, if they're unique like that, I don't know what to do. And then if they're not, then there's too many of them. So this is an 8x6x4 box that I get on eBay with my eBay shipping supply coupon that I get for having a store. And it fits hats, bras, belts. What else do I put in there? I think that's it. I try to have as few different sizes of things as possible just to make it simple for me. But I think sometimes more is better also. It just depends. If you have, I mostly sell clothes, so most of my things go in poly mailers. This is a shirt. I actually just showed this. This is the fastest selling item that I have. It is new without tags. It is Calvin Klein. It's a 2X. And it's just like a satin wrap shirt. And yeah, it sold in 2 days. It sold really, really fast. I was kind of amazed. If I look up Calvin Klein satin wrap top, and I think, did I add plus size to that search? The average sale price is $20.99 with a 22% sell-through rate. So that's kind of a low sell-through rate for it to sell immediately, but I'll take it. I don't mind it selling immediately. It sold for, let's see, $19.96. So I had it priced at $25. I sent out a 25% off offer. 20% off offer, sorry. And I don't send 25%, so I don't know why I said that. Just 20%, and they accepted that. It is going international. It's actually going to go to Australia. I do not have to send it to Australia. I got paid the money to send it to Chicago, which is an international hub for eBay that's closest to me. I think there's a few around the country. And then they actually paid more is what I'm trying to say. So what they paid for the item plus the shipping that I have to use to get it to Chicago is $25.37. They had to pay more money to get it from Chicago to Australia, but I don't see any of that, so I don't know how much they paid. I paid 64 cents for this at my new favorite thrift store, but just a few days ago. And in fact, I did a little haul last week and it was on that haul. So my profit is $16.83. I love that. That is really good. These came from my old favorite thrift store, and I think these were in the last week's video too. I had a couple no sales days last week, and so I did a couple haul videos. But these are Torrid jeans. They say high-rise slim boot right there. They have an average sale price of $15.39 with a 29% sell-through rate.
Please pause the
Please pause. I don't know where I was. The average sale price on the Torrid high-rise slim boot jeans is $15.39 with a 29% sell-through rate. Mine, I had priced at $19.95. They did use, I have a 15% off coupon on my store. They used that. With shipping, they paid $25.32. They sold in a week. I only paid $1 for them at my old favorite thrift store, which is still my favorite thrift store. It's just the one I've had for a long time. I have two favorite thrift stores now. And $13.34 is my profit. I do have this packaged in a recycled poly mailer. This is just from Thrift Books, and I don't know. I use recycled materials a fair amount. I've never had anyone complain. I think that it's good for the environment. It costs, you know, zero money for me to do, and hopefully it's a good thing. I think I'm gonna need to take my lint roller to these, so I'll do that in a bit. But there are two pairs of pants in this next lot, and what happened was these are Wrangler, and they're cargo, kind of like minimalist cargo, kind of, and they're like stretchy, like a performance, like a golf pant kind of. And a friend of mine like just gave me the stuff she was gonna send to Goodwill, and she had 4 pair in here, and they were 2 different sizes, 2 and 2. And so I just lotted them together because the average sale price wasn't very high. It was $15.54, 36% sell-through rate, which is decent. Not great, but better than what I find on a regular basis. I went ahead and priced them at $30, so $29.95. They used the 15% off. With shipping, they paid a total of $33.82. These did sell promoted, so I have a little bit of extra fees in there. And yeah, they took 2 weeks to sell. I have zero cost of goods, so my profit is $19.58, which I think is fantastic for something that I got for free. And like I said, I'm gonna have to take a lint roller probably of both of those pairs, but these are kind of weird. I don't know. I Google imaged these because they're Nike, and I think that sometimes there's some really random Nike things that are like worth a lot of money, and these are kind of weird. They're, again, like, they feel like basketball shorts, but they're cargo, and they have this stripe down the side. So I was like, maybe these are, you know, some unique something or other. I don't know. Mine were the only ones that I had sold when I looked up performance cargo, basketball cargo shorts. I forget what I searched. And yeah, it was a 33% sell-through rate, with mine being the only ones that sold. So I think I had them listed at 25 or 30. Someone offered me 19, and I accepted that. They paid $26.84 total. I bought them at the bins 2 months ago. So when I go to the bins, the Goodwill outlet where you pay by the pound, I average my cost of goods generally as $2 an item. And yeah, so that makes my profit $13.88. I wrap everything in tissue paper. It's 20 by 30, and I add a little thank you sticker. I don't think you have to do that. I think you can just put it in the poly mailer and go about your day, and I think it's just fine. But I don't know why I started doing it this way, but I did, and I've just continued doing it. I do get comments occasionally, like in feedback, like it was packaged so nicely. I don't know. These fun poly mailers were sent to me by a viewer for free, and I love them so much. They've given me so much joy. I have more. I'm about to get some springy ones out because I need them. But I just have gotten in the past white ones. These are 10 by 13, and then I have bigger ones that are 18 by 14. But I'm currently using some old recycled ones for bigger ones just to get them out of my way. This is a like thermal kind of asymmetric mock neck top. The brand is TLA. There's the label. I do believe that this is an Anthropologie brand. I don't know if I could figure out if this ever came from Anthropologie. This came from a friend of mine, and based on that, I think it probably is Anthropologie because I know she shops there. But she gave me a bunch of things for, we were doing kind of a consignment deal, and that ran out. So after that, just the things that I had left basically are free to me. So I've had this for a year and it sold for $10. So I don't know. Yeah, the average sale price for that TLA top, and I just did a very basic search, was only $14.02 with a 3% sell-through rate. So $10. I had this listed for like $17 or something, and somebody offered $10, and I was like, I've had it for a while. You can take it off my hands. So they did. They paid a total of $16.62 with shipping. I have zero cost of goods, like I said, and so that makes my profit $7.49. Was this? Yeah, I paid promoted on that too. I messed with my promotions over the weekend, and I had bumped them down, back down to 2%. Usually I go back and forth between 2 and 3. And then I bumped it back up to 5%. I don't know if that helps or not. I'm just telling you what I did. This is a little set, which was really hard for me to comp. But this is the brand REI Cooperative. So it's got like a little crop top, sports bra type thing, and then a pair of leggings. These actually sold really fast. I had them listed for just a week on Depop, and they sold for $32. It was really hard for me to get comps because there was something about the crop top that kept bringing up like an appliance. So the sell-through rate, or the average sale price, was like $300 or something, and I couldn't figure it out to get it to where it needed to be. So REI leggings have an average sale price of $26.67, sorry, with an 11% sell-through rate. I priced this at $40, and then I send out 20% off offers on eBay, on Poshmark, and on Depop as well. I use Vendu to do the Depop offers. It just makes it more simple than going in and doing each one individually on Depop, which was how I was doing it before. So anyway, it sold for $32. They also paid $8 in shipping, so they paid a total of $40. $1.77 was my fee. I did only pay $6.25 in shipping. And I paid $1 for this outfit at my old favorite thrift store. So that makes my profit $30.98, which I'm thrilled about. That's great. That might be my best profit of the day. That's slightly disappointing. These also sold on Depop. These are a pair of vintage Levi shorts. They didn't have a number, you know, like 550, 501, 560, all those. But it's very much a vintage tag. And there, the second number here, it says 1101, the second set of 4. So they were made in 2001. These have some flaws to them. They were actually slated to leave my inventory, and I just have kind of things in a bin that I haven't gotten to yet to purge out of my inventory. And one day I was like, I'm gonna throw those on Depop, and they've only been on Depop for a month, and they sold. Now, they only sold for $9. When I looked up vintage Levi jean shorts, the average sale price is $19.70, but it's only a 3% sell-through rate. That might be partially because we're still, you know, like in winter, but these, you know, these were not a good number of, I don't know, they didn't have the right thing to be worth more money, is what I'm trying to say. So anyway, I ended up listing them, or I ended up selling them for $9. I didn't have them listed that low. I think I had listed them for $15. So they paid $18 total. Yeah, they definitely overpaid for shipping. That's my fault. But then I get, you know, I make some money on the shipping, and that's okay. The fee was $1.08. Shipping was $5.62. I do Depop shipping through Pirate Ship, mostly because I don't know any other way to do it. I'm sure there's other ways to do it, but I have no idea what I'm doing on Depop. I bought this for 88 cents, again, at my old favorite thrift store. My favorite thrift stores are coming in today. My profit is $10.42, mostly because I made some money on that shipping. All right, second pair of Levi's for the day. These I almost didn't buy, and they sold in a week. Crazy. These are Levi's, the ribcage straight. The average sale price is $20.94 and has a 26% sell-through rate. I found them at my new favorite thrift store not very long ago, and I was like, oh, I just don't feel like Levi's sell very well. And it was like at the end of my trip there, and I was kind of over it, and I was like, I just don't want to look these up. But I thought that maybe one of my daughters would like them, and so I was like, I'll just grab them. And my cost of goods is usually pretty low there, so, you know, whatever. I listed them, I think, for $25, and they sold for $20 on Poshmark in a week. I only paid $2 for them, so that's pretty crazy. My profit is $14 on that. So on Poshmark, I use priority mailing envelopes or boxes because you can use those, and I don't have to pay for them because the post office will provide them for free as long as you're using a priority label. So I lost track of what I was doing. Oh, this is called a Tyvek mailer. It has little flaps here on the end, which make me nervous. So I use, these are also priority little stickers, and I just use those on the edges here to make sure they stay down. I have been told in person by someone at my post office that that is perfectly fine to do. So I do it. The stickers also you can get on USPS.com for free because it's priority shipping stuff. Did I tell you my profit was $14? Okay, this is a little different, unique. All right, I am gonna go ahead and lint roll this. This says, be brave. And it's a pillowcase cover. The brand is Pier 1, which went out of business a long time ago. I kind of think that everything Pier 1 now is vintage, but I'm not sure. There was one binge trip that I almost always check pillowcases and pillow covers because I will often find, well, not often, I have in the past found Pottery Barn, and that have sold for like good money. I found 2 sets of Christmas Pottery Barn pillow covers, and oh my word, they sold for like 80 bucks a piece. That was fun. But so now I check, you know, the pillowcases will often just be in the pillow or on the pillow, and I'll open it and check the brand, and then if it's a good one, I'll grab it. So anyway, there was one trip that I found like 3 different Pier 1 pillowcases, and I was like, you know what, I'm just gonna try it. They don't weigh very much, so yeah. Usually I average all my items as $2 a piece, but when it's something lighter weight like this, I will say it's $1, because in actuality, it did not cost me $2 to buy this. My bins is $1.79 a pound. I do have a couple haul videos on my channel. I don't get to go very often because it's like an hour away. Are you a bins shopper? Do you like the bins? I do. It's just like, I don't know. You know how like everything shows on black? Anyway, I didn't get any comp information on this. It just, for some reason, didn't want to show me anything. So I get all my comp information on eBay through the eBay Seller Hub. There's a product research tool, and I just look on there and it tells me the average sale price and the sell-through rate. So I priced this at $20 and sent out 20% off offers. It sold for $16 on Poshmark. It took 2 weeks to sell. When I subtract my fees, I don't have any shipping costs on this because it's Poshmark, and you don't have shipping costs on Poshmark unless you do a shipping discount, and I did not. I never do. And then my $1 cost of goods, my profit is $11.80. Whew. Something is very loud in my house. I don't know if you can hear it. I think my little kids turned on music and it's just real loud. I don't know what's happening. Okay. These I also found at the bins. Also did not cost very much money. I have my average cost as $2, but these are very, very light. These are like muslin gauze shopping bags, shopping totes, and I probably wouldn't have paid any attention to them except it says Free People. So I sold them. So when I look up Free People shopping bag, I think is what I looked up, the average sale price was $9.06 with a 4% sell-through rate. Super low. I did have these priced at $20 on Poshmark. I think I have them priced lower on eBay, but I'm not really sure. I didn't check. But they sold full price, which is amazing. There's a couple things that sold full price, which I was really excited about. So they sold for $20. I have $2 cost of goods, and so my profit is $14. They took 4 months to sell, which is not bad considering very low cost of it, or very low sell-through rate. I like to, pay attention to sell-through rate. I think that it's important, but I don't think it's the only thing that matters. Obviously, I sell things with very low sell-through rates. I also have things with high sell-through rates that do not sell. And sell-through rates change depending on season and styles and trends and colors and sizes, and it's a constant learning curve around here. Always learning new things and how to do things, and yeah. This is a sweater dress, and it's turtleneck. It is a wool blend. I don't think it has much wool in it, but a little bit. The brand is J. Crew Mercantile. When I looked up J. Crew Mercantile, there was no information. I'm gonna roll this also. But if I just did J. Crew sweater dress, the average sale price was $20.56 with a 10% sell-through rate. This came from another set of friends of mine that we were going to do a consignment deal, but I ended up just outright buying their things for $3 an item. So I had that priced at $30, which is probably too high. Somebody offered me $18 on Poshmark, and I accepted that. I'm getting ready, actually this morning, I need to do that. I'm gonna put some sweaters on clearance. I'm gonna start at 30% and kind of build throughout the month, week by week, just to try to get rid of some of the sweaters and coats and more wintry items in my store so I have more space, hopefully. Yeah, that sweater took, or that dress took 7 months to sell, and my profit is $11.40. All right, these are Under Armour, like performance golf pants, and they have an average sale price of $16.70 with a 29% sell-through rate. I sold these for $15 on Poshmark. I think I had them priced at $25, and somebody sent me a $15 offer. That might not be completely accurate, but it's close. Maybe I had them priced at 20. Anyway, they took 10 months to sell. I bought them at the bins for an average cost of goods of $2, and so that makes my profit $10. All right, we're getting real close to the end. And the last one's decent. I get to where I'm not sure what else to tell you. I know I haven't told you all the things because even when I tried to say all the things, I still didn't do a great job of that. So there's so much to say. All right. These are the third pair of Levi's of the day, which is kind of crazy. These are red, which is unique. They also have this, they're 501s, but they have this XX on it. I don't know what that means at all. So they're in like new condition. So when I look up Levi's 501 XX red, the average sale price is $43.87 with an 8% sell-through rate. Here's the problem. People put red tab in all their Levi listings. Anything that has a red tab anyway. And so to figure out what an actual red denim pair of Levi's, the average sale price, that was like impossible to do. So what I did was I just looked at the ones that had sold, and the highest one sold for $30. So based on that, I actually had this listed way too high. I had them listed for $40, which based on, you know, the average sale price that I told you makes sense. But when I'm looking at the actual red pairs, that's way too high. So anyway, let's see. I didn't have them listed for 40. I had them listed for 32. I think probably originally I had them listed at 40. But they were down to $32, and that was a full price sale on Poshmark, which is crazy. I love it. They did take a year to sell. I bought them at a thrift store in Fort Wayne. I don't have the thrift store down, but it was a year ago. So there's that. My mom and my sister and I usually go on like a brunch slash thrifting trip for our birthdays, because we all have spring birthdays. And my guess is it was then, but I don't remember exactly. So my profit is $19.60 on how, that's not right. Yes, yeah, that's right. Not bad. Actually, that's really good. I'll take it. I don't know why I wouldn't be taking it. All right. These are some overalls. These are pretty great. They're insulated. They are the brand Schmidt. They're not Carhartt. If they were Carhartt, they'd be better. Although I have some Carhartt overalls like this that are not selling, so, and haven't all winter, which is kind of crazy to me. Maybe I haven't priced too high. That's possible. I get a little overzealous sometimes. Anyway, these have an average sale price of $32.89 with a 50% sell-through rate. That's so good. 50% is so good. I get very excited when I find 50% sell-through rate items. That just does not happen very much for me. So, yay. I did pay, I think, too much for this. I priced them at $60, and this was based on, these are an extra large tall. And so based on that, I priced them kind of high. Now, they sold for $40, which is, right, that kind of aligns with comps a little better. They sold in 6 weeks. I paid $15 for them. I had a crazy coat haul from my old favorite thrift store a couple months ago. And this was one of the coats. Obviously it's not a coat, but kind of coat-like in that haul. So my profit is $17 on these, which is, you know, $15 into 17. I did double my money and I did it pretty quickly, so I'm gonna be satisfied with that. We have started doing ice cream Sundays, which has been kind of a fun little family thing. And so my question of the day is, if you were an ice cream, what would you be? I would be vanilla with that little ribbon of chocolate through it, because I'm pretty plain and basic, except sometimes I've got a little something extra. That's my answer. Let me know yours in the comments. Make sure you like the video if you liked it. Subscribe if you haven't already. Thank you so much for hanging out with me. I'll see you soon.